What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another character rank up video. And as you can see on the screen here, we're going to be getting Goliath today. So I'm just going to be using this 6-star character selector that I have. I went ahead and bought that, like a week ago when they had it in the store for $5. You get the 6-star selector. Nice easy pickup for $5. I think it's worth it, so I went ahead and grabbed it. And now we're going to be using it on Goliath here. So let's go ahead and select him. Boom, there we go. Yep. Instantly 6 stars. So now let's go ahead and find him in the roster here. So we should have him at the very end because he should only be level 1. Yep, there he is. So let's go ahead and grab him. Alright, so now let's go ahead and let's do his mastery first here. So what's his leadership? It's physical attack leadership. Interesting. Let's see how high that goes up to. Is it going to be a 50% one? Because that would be really nice. But it's to all allies, so now it's probably just a regular 30% leadership. Let's go ahead and get him finished up here. Just a little bit more, 2 more to go. Alright, so what is it going to cap out at? Oh no, it is going to go up to a 45% leadership. Very nice. Yeah, so 45% physical attack. I like that. That's a good leadership right there. So now let's go ahead and roll an isolate set for him. Again, we're going to try to get any kind of attack-based set that we can. So hopefully he will cooperate a little more than Wasp and Ghost did, because both of them required a lot of rolls to get their isolate set. I think it was like 1,000 rolls or 1,100 rolls for Wasp, and then it was close to like 800 for Ghost. Hawkeye. It hurts me, but we're gonna try for Power of the Anger Hulk or Overdrive, because I would really prefer to have one that has the ignore defense on it, because I don't need the skill cooldown as of right now. Oh, there we go. Perfect. He cooperated with me. Alright, I will take that. So now we're going to go ahead and get him leveled up here. Go ahead and use, what is it, about 1,900 of these, 18 something. And then we can get him to level 60, see if any of his skills need leveling up. So let's go ahead and pop down here. I think it's like around there, right? Oh, a little bit off. I know 1,900 of them got it for me before when I had used it, and then I was like, oh, I wonder if that was too much or not, so that's why I tried 30 less this time, but it didn't really work out. So it looked like I saved 5 doing it that way, because I was 25 on top of it, so that was 1,895. But anyway, let's take a look at these skills here. So we have a stun. Is this one going to go up at all? Yeah, his all attack is going to increase here, so let's see what that goes up to. So we're going to have a 20% all attack increase. Very nice. His third skill, his passive here. Oh, it gives him super armor. Very nice. So we don't need immune to guard break on him. I'm very happy about that. So super armor and all defense. This one's probably going to go up. So let's go ahead and do this. All defense down on the enemies. Alright, let's see what that goes up to. A 7%. Well, that's not a ton, but I will take it. And then what do we have here? Increase to all attack, all defense, all speed, and we have a 4 seconds of invincible. Interesting. That looks like it's probably going to be his only form of protection. Alright, cool. So now I'm going to go ahead and level up his gear. I'm going to put an obelisk on him and activate his isolate set, so we will be back after I do that. Alright, and we are back. So we got them all fixed up now. So we got the isolate set awakened. I leveled up his gear a little bit here, so we got 2 of them to 19, so we got quite far actually with 150 bios. I believe that's all I had of him was 150 bios, so we got 2 18s and a 19 off of that, and 2 19s. And then I went ahead and equipped the obelisk. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to put on him, so I actually did a quick test play to kind of make up my mind, and I ended up going with an invincibility obelisk. I gave him the dual ignore dodge because I think this character is just more of a shadowland and PvP character. He didn't seem to do too well in that quick test play I did against world boss. He doesn't really have the survivability, so the invincibility should help with that, but his damage is decent without a damage proc, but I think you would need a damage proc to really make him kind of useful in World Boss, so I think you're mainly going to be using him in just Alliance Conquest and for Shadowland. So that's why I decided to give him an Invincibility Obelisk, and then the Ignore Dodge is nice just because if I decide to throw him in Alliance Conquest, then I can use him against maybe any kind of speed type that has high dodge. He's probably not going to do well against Quicksilver, I don't think, but I don't know, I think he'll do okay. And also, giving him that invincibility is nice because it gives him more time to get his skills off, and I just noticed that I believe it's 4 of his skills have stuns on it, so that's why I think he's going to be pretty good in PvP, because we have a stun there, we have a stun there, that's 2, we have a stun there, that's 3, and yes, we have a stun there as well, so that's 4, so he has 4 stuns on his skills, so that'll be really, really nice in PvP if the opponent doesn't have a stun immunity or stun immune obelisk on the character, or the character's not naturally stun immune. So yeah, I could see that being very valuable. And then also his tier 2 does give him a little bit of help in the survivability department by decreasing all damage received by 30%, and then it increases his damage by 32 and 15. So yeah, not too bad overall, but let's go ahead and do a little bit of gameplay here, and I could kind of show you what I was talking about for the survivability issues. Alright, so here we are at just floor 1 of Shadowland, so we're going to go ahead and jump in with Goliath here. Use his own leadership because it is, of course, a self-buffing leadership, so very nice there. He doesn't need any support for getting a little bit of extra damage. He can give himself that 45% increase to physical attack, which is really nice. So yeah, let's just try him out a little bit here. I think this is where you're mainly going to be using him, is in Shadowland, so let's see how well he actually performs. So we do have that invincibility on the 5th skill, so we'll go ahead and pop that. And yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of AoE on his skills, so that's what makes him really useful for Shadowland and for PvP. And having that iframe in the middle of his skills is actually okay for Shadowland, because as you can see, after they kind of recover from getting hit by your previous skill, when you jump into that one, they'll be launching their attack right when you're about to go into that iframe, so it actually works out quite well. Oh, we did get webbed up there. Let's go ahead and pop our invincibility. Let's get our stun going there. Yeah, so yeah, he's looking pretty good for Shadowland at least, so I can see him being nice here. Might as well go ahead and finish off this stage since I should start working on getting my Shadowland clear done anyway, since it does end tomorrow. I always seem to put it off to the last minute. But yeah, that's just a little bit of gameplay in Shadowland there. So let's go ahead now and hop into World Boss. Alright, so here we have Thanos. We're going to go ahead and hop in against him again because Goliath is still tier 1, so can't really do any World Boss Ultimate. But we have his own leadership here. We have Giant Man and Ant-Man for the team-up bonuses, which is some physical attack, dodge, attack speed, and then some more attack speed and skill cooldown. So let's go ahead and hop in without any strikers because we do want to see how Goliath's damage is without any assistance or help. Alright, so let's go ahead and run away from that punch. Go ahead and get our invincibility up. Hop in here and then run away. You do have to be a little careful there because even if you use those skills right away, at the end of the 4th skill, your invincibility will have worn off, so you can get debuffed quite easily from Thanos that way. And yeah, it looks like we just got debuffed there, so that's a little annoying. But he takes like a lot of damage. I didn't have this much trouble surviving with Ghost and Wasp, that's for sure. Oh, and yep, there we go, and we're dead. But yeah, he seems a little difficult to use in world boss fights, but I don't know, maybe that's just me, maybe I haven't figured out a good rotation for him, but it seems like the 5th skill is like his only safe skill because you get that invincibility on it, because everything else has that iframe in the middle of the skill, which is not good for world boss because you can't stun the world bosses and you can't really stagger them or guard break them, so having that in the middle of the skill, you just get hit way too much before the skill's actually finished. So yeah, that's why he takes a little too much damage in World Boss for me to see him being viable in that format. So I don't know, I just get the feeling that he's only going to be useful in Conquest, in Shadowland, but he does have decent damage because as you can see in that minute's time right there, we did take a good chunk of Thanos' health off, so he is pretty... He seems like he has decent damage. That's pretty much all I'll say. So just another average character. He is, of course, free for bioselectors, so he's not a paywall character, so he's free to farm, so to speak, in terms of bioselectors. Yeah, so I think he's worth just throwing a few selectors in and building up, especially if you need another character that could probably handle rumbles pretty well in Shadowland, because he does have all of those stuns and a lot of AoE on his skills, so he can kind of crowd block more than one enemy at a time. And then if you have additional characters in that rumble with you, your allies can, of course, help to take down the enemies a lot quicker. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.